Hi guys, Chinon back again this week, and this week we'll be doing a little comparison between the Xbox Scarlett and PS5, delayed game releases, HBO's Watchmen reviews, Terminator Dark Fate. Although we know the next generation of the Microsoft and Sony's consoles are not close to launch yet, but we did a little comparison between the two proposed specifications from each. There's a lot about the exact specifications of each console that we don't know yet, like how much each one is going to cost. Both consoles are currently scheduled to release within the same window in 2020, just like their predecessors. Scarlett and PS5 will be going head-to-head during the biggest shopping window within the same year. If you're planning on buying both or any, you may want to begin saving now. Regardless of which console you go for, you're getting an upgrade. Scarlett specs suggest a much stronger console than the Xbox One X, while the PS5 sees a similar improvement over the PS4 Pro. So both Scarlett and the PS5 are using solid-state drives or SSDs this time around. PlayStation 5 users should see a noticeable improvement in the time it takes for a game to lead on the next-gen console in comparison to the PS4 as a result. The same is true for Xbox Scarlett in comparison to Xbox One, which Microsoft already confirmed at E3 2019. Detailed specification available for the console goes thus. Okay, so for PlayStation 5, the processor is an 8-core AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU, while for the Xbox Scarlett, it is 1.6 GHz AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU. For the graphics, it is an AMD Radeon Navi GPU, and for the Xbox Scarlett, it is an AMD Actros GPU. For the RAM of the PlayStation 5, that is unknown, but for the Xbox Scarlett, it is a 16GB GDDR6 SDRAM. For the PlayStation 5 storage, it is a solid-state drive, while for the Xbox Scarlett, it is a 1TB solid-state drive. For the PlayStation 5 optical drive, yes, 4K Blu-ray, and yes, for the Xbox Scarlett. For the PlayStation 5 max output resolution, it is 8K, and for the Xbox Scarlett, it is also 8K. For the PlayStation 5 max frame rate, it is 120 frames per second, and the same for the Xbox Scarlett. For the PlayStation VR support, yes, and for the Xbox Scarlett, that is unknown. PlayStation 5 cloud gaming, PlayStation Now is unconfirmed, and for the Xbox Scarlett, Microsoft and Cloud is unconfirmed. For the PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility, yes, PS4 games, and for the Xbox Scarlett, we have yes, Xbox 360, Xbox One games. Moving on from that, a couple of highly anticipated releases have been delayed, like The Last of Us 2 and Ubisoft's new games line-up. In a letter to fans from game director Neil Druckmann, a new release date of May 29, 2020 was confirmed for The Last of Us Part 2, and the news is unexpected after all. The long-awaited release date announcement came less than a month ago and pegged the game as coming to PS4 on February 21st, 2020. This 3-month delay comes seemingly out of nowhere. Druckmann acknowledged this, writing, "I know. It was just about a month ago when we had our big blowout for the game, letting the media play over 2 hours of it along with debating our new story trailer and revealing the release date. The positive response we saw from our community was overwhelming. You can feel the energy among team members. After working on something for so many years, it's invigorating to get a glimpse of a validation for all the hard work." However, it was during the last few weeks as we were closing out sections of the game that we realized we simply didn't have enough time to bring the entire game up to a level of polish we could call Naughty Dog quality. At this point, we were faced with two options: compromise parts of the game or get more time. We went with the latter, and this new release date allows us to finish everything to our level of satisfaction while also reducing stress on the team. We hope you understand that this additional time ensures that The Last of Us Part 2 lives up to our collective ambition as well as our commitment to the highest level of quality. We know the extra few months will add to what may already be an excruciating wait for all of us. We are grateful for your patience and continued support. Come next May, you will finally rejoin Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. Wow, we feel it's really great the studio is being open with information like this and not blindly telling fans to wait. Thumbs up to Druckmann, take your time and give us a masterpiece once again. Meanwhile, on the Ubisoft parts of things, in a statement, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot explained that its recent AAA release have been met with disappointing reception, in particular Ghost Recon Breakpoint. He said this is partly due to live games coming too close together and not having enough differentiation. He also said that new features aren't being given the time to be perfectly optimized. It's in this context that he says delay on these next 3 projects are necessary. We are tackling these issues head-on and already implementing significant changes to our production process, Guillemot said. Guillemot said, we are confident in our capacity to adapt and evolve, as we have done successfully many times in the past. In this overall context, we have decided to postpone the release of Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six, Quarantine and Watch Dogs Legion until 2020 to 2021. While each of these games already has a strong identity and high potential, we want our teams to have more development time to ensure that their respective innovations are perfectly implemented so as to deliver optimal experiences for players. The Watch Dogs development team also released a statement saying that it is taking the extra time to deliver on its ambition at the best possible level of quality. The team continued, we are confident this will ensure Watch Dogs Legion is the immersive, innovative experience we set out to create and the one you aspire to play. It's great to see more open honesty from studios and developers these days. It's a positive improvement for the industry and it shows they actually listen to customers' feedback. We can't wait to see what they have to offer after touching up these games. Finally, from the movie world reviews, from the screening of Terminator Dark Fate and the first episode of the Hbo Watchmen TV show are out and it's been really positive so far. For Terminator Dark Fate, critics are saying it's been the best movie of the franchise since Terminator 2, according to Christopher Campbell on Rotten Tomatoes. Terminator Dark Fate is the latest robot sequel to play a do-over by directly following up the early classic of a franchise. For some, the effort is pulled off perfectly, while others see the new Terminator installment as a nostalgic rehash that panders to fans. The first reviews highlight the return of Linda Hamilton alongside regular Arnold Schwarzenegger, as well as the new cast, especially Mackenzie Davis, but they are mixed on how well everything comes together this time around. Well, it's great to see a franchise get its mojo back, especially one like the Terminator that's dear to a lot of people's hearts. We'll definitely be seeing this one. As for the Hbo Watchmen series, it's a weird one because audience have been having mixed reception to the series, while the critics have been giving a firm thumbs up for days. This is happening because most people expected something close to 2009's Zack Snyder movie. But to their chagrin or disappointment, it was something else HBO presented from the source material. It has so far received a 43% audience score and a firm 98% from the critics, which is usually the opposite, considering the critics usually give a much more scrutinized review and lesser ratings. The critic consensus so far goes thus. Bold and bristling, Watchmen isn't always easy viewing, but by adding new layers of cultural context and a host of complex characters, it expertly builds on its source materials to create an impressive identity of its own. We feel the same way about the series because we definitely enjoyed the new flavor put on the comic book franchise. One of our critics said, "It reminds me of the first time I tasted cinnamon." I absolutely love how they could use an old source material like Watchmen and make it feel like an absolutely new flavor. The characters are really intriguing and multidimensional, and the story setup is exciting and immerses you immediately. I found myself buckling up for the adventure already after the first act. Too bad I have to wait another week to see it. That's a lot of love for Watchmen, so we must say we agree with the critics on this one. So that's all for this week, and to round up with the highlights, what do you think about the upcoming next-gen console? Do the delays of highly anticipated games feel worth it to you? And what are your thoughts on the new Terminator movie and Hbo Watchmen series? Alright, so that's all for this week. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you love it, and do not forget to turn on notifications to make sure you do not miss it. Once again, chin on and thank you for watching.